Welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I went into a whole thing, and I am ruled by Mercury. And so let's see what happens, because I already started one, and then things happened. So I'm pulling the crystals for each card. Mercury and Aries, I just want you to I just want you to just allow things to get to clarity. Don't fuss over it. If something needs to be resolved, resolve the thing fearlessly. Just jump in. You don't got to know the way. You don't have to know the how. Just do the thing. So I think for most of us, this will have a really positive outcome. Just know it's going to take a long time. Mercury is going to retrograde in Aries, and Mercury will be in Aries until May because of this thing. Whatever, and I was allowed to talk about it. Whatever, okay, we're doing it again. Whatever has been hidden is coming to the light. Find a way to ground. Find a way to move the frustrations out of your body. It's going to be a better outcome than you think. Let the things unfold. It has been, a complicated week for some. This Aries season is going to Aries season. And so don't force. Literally go with what comes and what your internal world is telling you. Embody your yeses. That's what I'll give for y'all. Embody your yeses. If it feels like a no, then let it be a no. If you need to amplify your boundaries, do that. Pick your battles this time, y'all. All right, I don't want to see the cards, friends. So I'm gonna pick 3, and this is for the Mercury retrograde. I wanted to do Libra, but I was like, it's been a week. It's been a week, and I feel like you have until May for these. We're talking to me instead of y'all. All right. Okay, so let's pull from the top. This one had already come out. 2. Let's move. Keep moving. I'm always changing the way that this is set up. So yes, let's do a little bit farther. I'm usually on my bed, but I'm not today. So this is Selenite. This is, I'll come back to it because I completely forgot. And this is Que Sera. Oh my gosh, Mookaite. There we go, Mookaite. And so let's get into card number 1, which is that one. All right, well, that's fun. Let's just talk about selenite. So selenite comes in many different shapes and carvings. We have a whole bunch at Astrolyszics.com. And selenite is always cleansing energy. Always. I literally move it like this because I think of a wash cycle, like a wash cycle or a dryer cycle of energy. It's always cleansing energy. I always recommend having it on hand. It cleanses your crystals, it cleanses you, your home, all of the things. Like if I could find the biggest piece and just put it in the middle of the house, maybe my life would be different. I'm just kidding. But overall, having selenite, as we look at this Ace of Thunder, hold on, my appliances of this home is loud. Having the Ace of Thunder is either getting news, hearing something, new information, receiving a download, just because of the way that this is set up. And this is from the Gentle Tarot, if anyone's wondering. One day I do want to sell these in my shop. So the Ace of Thunder is, in this case specifically, is an unexpected information coming in that starts something new, right? We have the thunder, which sometimes we could be like, being struck by thunder, oh my God. But many times, new information gives a new perspective. And if we also look, there is this rainbow, right? There's like a little bit of wisp of cloud here. I don't know if you can see it based on just like the coloring and all of that. A little bit of wisp of cloud. And through the cloud comes this lightning bolt. It can be an idea as well that comes your way. And so let's pull. Okay, we got. So you may have to make a decision based on this, a money decision. I also saw the Hierophant. What is this? They are chatty today. Wow, okay, two things. It can be a money decision, or it can be that whatever you've had, if we're thinking relationships, right? If we're thinking partnerships, working with somebody, being in community with people, maybe something is changing. Maybe there's a shift and you're like, I don't really like this. And you're deciding, right, between, do I say something and let people know where they have me messed up? Or is this a place where I could put a boundary? Or how do we get things clear? There's somebody that would always say this is like, cuenta clara conservan amistades. And so it's like bringing everything to the forefront, being clear, restores the balance, right? Like if you've been keeping the peace, if you've had something to say and you haven't really done it, this is the time to do the thing. And you can do so tactfully. Like you don't gotta get crazy, you don't gotta get loud with anyone for your point to come across. And so if you're reviewing boundaries or something you've just been sitting with, it might bubble to the surface. And so you have the Harvest of Wands, which is like the 10 of Wands, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to like go into the guidebook. I ain't finna do that. And overall, like in this case, it's literally like, let yourself be seen, be heard. Say the things and the ideas, regardless of how, if you feel insecure or ready to do the thing. If you needed to shoot your shot, shoot your shot. But also let people hear you, right? Like ask for what you need. Let people know what makes you happy, what doesn't make you happy, what excites you, what doesn't. And if you are struggling with like, who's gonna be here after I am my most self, just like the wolf that howls, the homies that run with you are gonna run with you, right? Like the people who are gonna pull up and be supportive and celebrate you or say, hey, I know how you can do this thing. They'll show up regardless if they are like your day ones or not. And that's in everything in life, not just like business. It could be if you're struggling with something, the people who really care for you, even if they don't have the means to solve your issue, but are willing to be like, I have the capacity to do this, will pull up. And so, use this time of Aries of like looking at where Mercury is in your chart if you have, if you know all of that stuff. Or if you want a reading, you can hit me up. look at where Aries is in your chart. That is where Mercury will be. And based on the house, you can have an idea of like maybe where you need to lead more. Maybe you've been in the background for a long time. Those days are done. So if you need to pull up for yourself and say, hey, I'm going to lead this now. I'm going to be the leader in my life for this specific thing. And do that. Don't talk about it. Don't just talk about it. Do it. Because something dope is coming. But it's following in a way that feels natural to you versus forced. Do not force anything. Just don't. This is not the season of forcing things. So that is card 1. I hope that resonated with someone. Let me know if it did. Or you got until May, so it might not even be right now. But for some people, you might be seeing some previews because we're in the shadows starting March 22nd, which is today. All right. So Mookaite. Mookaite, I like for fire energy. I usually associate it also with Aries on top of carnelian. Mookaite comes in a whole bunch of different colors. Move this light down. Uh-oh. Maybe not much. Okay. Anyway, okay, so Mookaite has this yellow, it has this red, and it really is a make it happen stone, but through the confidence that you already carry. My bad for the little squeaks, but you know, we're trying to figure this out. And so the yellow for solar plexus, the red for rooting and grounding. There's a little bit of brown in here as well. And like lighter yellows. It's the solar plexus, the root, and the browns also add to the grounding. Really being solid in who you are is just the beginning of whatever this Mercury and Aries will ask of you. The world. What's cool about the world is no matter where, you know, in this case it's reversed, but it's a circle. And so right here is the eagle, and it's heading this way. So it's like heading to the east because that's my positioning. Where usually the sun rises, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me. But if it is where the sun rises, the west is where the sun sets, right? I heard, I don't know the name of the song, but Lauryn Hill, and she says, come on, baby, light my fire. Everything you do is so tired. So, like, what needs to be moved around energetically? Sometimes it's physically. Energy, things carry energy. But, like, what needs to be moved around? How do you rise from whatever stagnancy or struggle you have been in? What needs to be let go of? And that is so interesting to me. So, oops. They are talking. Oh my goodness. All right. So the 9 of Wands is usually depicted by somebody trying to carry all of these like sticks at the same time, and this is more of like getting ready to pounce, right? Like there is a little cat-like thing in the background behind these plants, these herbs, these plants. There's the moon. It's like, what red flags have you been ignoring? I got a lot more questions I got answers today. It's giving you've been ignoring red flags, and stop the train before it crashes. If you're carrying other people's burdens, secrets, or vice versa, Be mindful of betrayals. Be mindful of self-betrayal. And paying attention to the things that are said and not said, right? Listening deeper through conversations, because sometimes you're talking to somebody and they will unlock something for you so deep, but are you listening and are you ready to do the work that that entails, versus carrying other people's stuff or busying yourself with other people's stuff, right? If you've been ignoring a project that you've been wanting to do because you're busy working for someone else, or you're busy working in collaboration, it might be that it's time for you to say, hey, I actually need to cut my time that I'm giving to this. I got something I got to do. That is definitely for a creative or somebody. Something has been waiting on you in order for you to rise. And that's a great segue. The eagle is here and the eagle is here. That's the flower of thunder. And the flower of thunder, I'm gonna put it as like a page of swords, because thunder is swords. And there are things that need to be said. There are things that need to be clarified. There may be contracts that need to be signed, and like read all of the tiny itty bitty fine print. But it's like something needs to change. Something's got to give before either more information, like more ideas come trickling in. But it's also, how do you feel about yourself? Have you been kind to yourself? Have you been meaning to keep promises to yourself? It's time to do those things. I'm also looking for the guidebook, because I feel, come on, I just feel like in your case, it's a whole self process, be it in healing, be it however. There's been things that you've been meaning to do for yourself. Be it that you're just deciding, this is who I want to be moving forward, right? Let's also, I found the guidebook, so I want to share that. Here you are. The natural state of my mind is clarity. I soar with the wings of my true heart. With lightning bolts of clarity in her talons, our flower of thunder has proven superior to the storms that have challenged her. Wow. From seed, where you took your first leap, to root, where you trained inwardly, you now emerge as a flower. So it's time to bloom. Literally, it's time to bloom. Shedding light and clear direction. Your insightfulness and straightforward expression open you to a new level of independence. The power of word and mind aligned, coupled with a clear heart, is as fluid as the eagle's flight. I mean, it's time. It's time for you to bloom, to soar, to know that you are more than whatever happened, whatever difficulties or L's you took in silence that nobody knows about. And fill your cup. Walk away from the things that don't serve you. It's no longer time to keep delaying. It's time to walk, and you'll be heading to a fullness of self that I don't even think you can fathom. So do with that what you will. Card 2, that was a lot. This is a Que Sera stone. Come on, y'all. What's going on with these reversals? So, what will be, will be. It's literally what that stone represents. It's the letting go of the reins. It's the saying, I don't know how to work through this or what to do with this or how to deal with this, especially if it's in the financial space. I've never done these things before, or I have no idea if this will all be worth it. It will be. One. The other thing is the Harvest of Stones is wish fulfillment. And what's cool about that, I love how the unseen is in the reverse here. What's cool about the Harvest of Stones is you're almost done with the cycle, because that is the 10 of Swords right there. Almost done with the cycle. And don't let the fact that it is hard ruin the growth, the journey, the magic of becoming. And so wanting to know how things will play out is you getting in your way. Wanting to control everything to make sure that you are safe is a false sense of security. And needing to see the destination before you even learn how to walk on the steps through this journey is preventing you from fully connecting into your spiritual blessings. It doesn't have to be this hard. But you also have to believe that you are worthy of that, and that you believe that it doesn't have to be so hard, that it can be taken care of, that depleting yourself is not a measure of how worthy you are of something. And so what would it look like? You know what it looks like to struggle and fight against the current. What would it look like for you to be like, I bet I'm struggling. I don't know how to resolve this. I'm going to just let it play out. I'm going to do my best. But I'm also going to believe that I am protected and I will be taken care of. And once it is, be grateful. Because the sun will shine regardless of which side it's on. But it also came out in the reversed. Be grateful for now. Celebrate you in this moment as you are, without the extras. Celebrate that you are here today breathing, and that somebody, I was about to go in song, somebody loves you. 10 points for anybody who does know this song. But is that somebody also you? The world is hard enough. Don't be part of the difficulty with yourself. And I have been reading everyone for filth. But the coolest thing is that this is energetic, right? And if we turn these over, it's just, how do we get here, right? Like, how do we go from these reversals that you originally had to these? It's an energetic perception shift of also just letting things unfold. And it's hard. It's not something that I enjoy. So you're not alone. I be arguing and stuff with my spirit team. I know they be tired of me. Probably a knucklehead. But when I really am like, you know what? I'm not going to clutch on to the outcomes and the hows and all of the little details, I'm just going to go step by step. I don't know where I will end up, but if I've gone through the things that I have gone through, where I end up must be beautiful. It must be beautiful. It must be easeful. It must be beyond my own imagination that I can't even see it or fathom it. Literally, wish fulfillment, and especially financial security, provided by spirit, only if you believe in what is unseen, right? Will come the sun, which is the best card in the deck. It's the most joyful card. So, if you need the stone, you can get it. But what will be Que Sera. And be more curious than dictating what your outcome should be. And so that is what I have, everybody. May we be patient. May we decide that not every fight is worth it. And I'll see you in the full moon Libra video. Take care, everybody. Let me know if this resonates with somebody, because I feel like I went really in with some of y'all. And come back in May. Like, we got what? Almost like 2 months. We got 2 months. So hit me up and let me know how it goes. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe. I will be doing a full moon in Libra 1 shortly.